Here we are, you guys get ready to go to work. It is a little cloudy out there. And I find myself again in a situation where I might get my ass wet. Oh my goodness. And again, I have the wrong helmet on for fighting rain. But again, I just put my B-Stream windshield on and I'm hoping it'll help me in the fight while I'm not getting bust in the mouth with them big old raindrops. I got my gear in here though if I have to. I hope I don't need it, but it is definitely in here if I have to put it on. Let's give old Charles Gibson a call, see what he got on his mind.
It's
He did some good things to them folks over here. Let's give old Charles
huh?
Gibson what I like to call storyteller. The storyteller. And of course, he ain't gonna answer the phone.
I'm sorry, the person you are trying to reach has a voicemail box.
Come on in here, storyteller. You got a copy? He ain't have a copy on me. Let's try him again. We're trying to reach out to you, storyteller. Oh, here goes some raindrops.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. Your call cannot be completed.
There's some raindrops on my windshield, you guys. This may have been another bad idea. That's all right. It ain't nothing new, because I'm full of bad ideas. One thing I will do, I will get up under a bridge and put my jacket on just in case. It'll have to be coming down pretty damn good for old Slappy Dog to slip on his full body condom. It has to be coming down pretty good. It has to be wet. It has to be wet before I put on that full body condom. That daggum car act like it was trying to do something. I was hoping to stay on the vlog. Maybe he'll daggum chime in on me here in mid-stroke. Or we can bring old Charles Gibson on here, let him tell us what he had going on. What? Let me tell you what he's doing. His GoldWing has just crossed over 200,000 miles. If I am not mistaken, he has a 2002 GoldWing, and I'm not exactly sure how long he's had it or when he got it, and how many miles he's actually put on it. But he is very, very knowledgeable on that motorcycle and GoldWings. He's a candidate to buy a D Porter's bike, the one I posted up there to sell. So I'm not sure if that's what he's gonna do or go ahead and fix his. But He was he put a track. No, he didn't. He put a progressive front end under it. He likes it pretty good, and he went with the progressive spring. The same setup that I put in mind, except I'm gonna have traction in the front of the bike, my F6B, and I'm gonna have a progressive spring on the rear shock. But I'm gonna have a traction braided line.
Bring it back on now on the big dog slap it.
There he is. Charles Gibson's on the line, you guys. You on here with
What's up?
you on here with YouTube, man.
Oh, I'm on YouTube with the slap dog. Come on, slap dog.
Yeah. Give him it's slappy dog.
No, big. Yeah, I heard him barking. What are you doing, man?
Man, headed to work, and I'm riding the bike like a damn fool because it looks like it's about to pour down on me.
Well, I've been over. I left to go to the doctor this morning and got my doctor's appointment in, and then head and went on. I was on the motorcycle, so I just went on the Dragon, hung out over there for a little while, and then came back over here and. But just come off the Smoky Mountains on the from the over to Gatlinburg side, and I'm literally at the Sugar Lands Visiting Center parking lot.
Oh man, you took full advantage of that doctor's day, didn't you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It was a fantastic doctor's appointment. Lasted about 12 hours. Awesome.
Did you do anything good to your bike with that shop?
No. I'm going home right now. I'm going to go ahead and do River Road, and go back and do that half of the I guess you'd call it the missing link.
Yeah.
And I'm going to missing link that back to Sevierville onto the house. I'm going to pull her in there, and I'm going to start taking it apart.
Oh man.
So I can have it done by Saturday.
Did you do any research on the bump stop and all that?
Couldn't find one. Don't know what I'm going to do, and I'll lay it under my bike, and just without getting the tire off or the wheel off the bike and stuff, you just really can't see up in there to see what condition the one you have is. I'm going to have to. Yeah, I figure it's I may not even have one, dude.
I was going to say 200,000 miles. But doggone, you just now feeling it crashing though, right?
Well, I mean, I've been feeling it. You know, I've been feeling the bottoming out and stuff for a long time, and I thought that most of that would have been where that fluid was, the expanding or whatever it was doing, or the loss of fluid or whatever in the shock. And I did that little trick to fill it back up. It started on 18 to 25 was all I had. Now it's 8 to 25, so I gained about an inch. But I'm still on the ground.
Right.
So I can't imagine that the spring wouldn't really give me a lot more lift.
Right.
Because it was amazing to look at yours and see how high the back end of your bike was up. You're only on what, 8?
Yeah, 8.
And your bike is way up off the ground compared to mine.
Right. Yeah. Of course.
And mine's on 25. Yeah, mine's on 25.
Of course, the more higher it is, the more lean and tilt you got.
Yeah.
I hate to see you if you had any more tilt on that Dragon. You'd be done daggone sport bike action.
I know. If I could lean much more over, I'd be scraping my handle grips.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, But I ran into a lot of guys over to Dragon today, and hung out there for a little while, and then I thought I'd ride over to 28, go by the dam, go by Fontana, then come back, and I went on into Bryson City and rode the old road back to Cherokee. There was a few elk out in the field, just 3, but people were stopped, and then I got on up the mountain a little bit, started up the mountain, and got another 4 or 5 that were sitting on the road people were looking at. I just got here to Sugar Land, coming down the mountain, got to see a bear cross the road, so
really?
Pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool today.
Man.
And it was a skinny bear, too.
He better be glad he wasn't wanting to eat you.
Yeah, he's skinny, man. That bear was skinny. He looked like a dog almost running, but it was a bear. So that was kind of cool. So yeah, I'm gonna go home and get in the garage and lay under this thing and see what. Put my order together. That I'm gonna start taking stuff off, get my seat off. Yeah, I mean I can get the seat in the shelter off and the rear wheel off in an hour.
Okay.
And then, but now the tank, I'll take my time taking the tank out. We'll run the gas down to almost nothing, so I won't have to siphon hardly any out.
Right.
I've had it out before, when I had the motor. I really want to go ahead and just while I'm doing this, just go ahead and take the motor out too.
Oh, really?
And I really do. I think my vibration is getting worse, and I fear I've got a bearing or something out, and I'm afraid it's just getting worse. And the only thing that's rotating, again, when this bike is idling, would be that outer clutch basket. It's running all the time. The inner one catches and runs your drivetrain as you use your clutch. It's running all the time, but I lean the bike over pretty far, and I can get it to vibrate pretty good.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, so it's something. I think it's that clutch mechanism right there in the center that's doing it. And I'm pretty sure it's that bearing. And the only way to get to the bearings is take the motor out, take the back of the casing back off again, and put bearing in it. And that might not even fix it.
Woo.
But you're going to have to do something. Yeah, I'll just ride the valve. I'd ride the valve. I just don't have the parts right now in my possession to put it back together if I get it apart. I don't have a gasket, a clutch gasket, and another casing gasket stuff. I'm going to order those. They won't be here by the end of the week, so I kind of don't want to get into all that, but I would like to get that shock on there or that spring on there by the end of the week and get it back together. And if I take it back apart, that's fine too.
So have you crossed over the 200,000 mile mark on that?
I'm at 190. Let me look. I'm at 196,721, so I'm 279 miles from 279 miles from 197. I kind of want to get to that 200,000 mile mark before I pull the motor out of it.
I heard that.
I might do that.
Are you riding right now?
Yeah, I'm sitting on the bike in the Sugarland Visiting Center, just talking to you.
Yeah.
Because I'm in and out of a signal.
Right. Yeah, I was coming
down the mountain. I was coming down the mountain when you first called.
Okay.
I called you this morning on my way to the Dragon just to see what you were up to. I thought I might swing by the house and say hey, but it's about 11ish. I figured you weren't up yet.
Yeah, no, I wasn't even up. Now, did you did you get that text I sent you about D Porter's bike?
Yes, I did.
What do you think about that?
I think I ought to go get it. Is what I think.
I'm
gonna drop some more hints tonight with my wife about the motor in this thing, and I'm starting to get worried about it. So see how she reacts. And
yeah.
If she says you ought to get one just to be safe, then I'll go get it.
Yeah, I told him. He said he was kind of trying to stick around that 13 mark. I said, well, I didn't even come back with you with that. I said he's kind of leaning towards that 12, more 11, 5, 12. He said, do you know him? I said, oh yeah. I said he's the one be on my videos helping me on my bike. He said, well, I sell it to him for 12. I said, well, I run that by you. That's why I said I sent that to you. See what you thought about that. But
I feel good about it. I would pay him 12 for it. I don't have an issue at all with the amount that he's asking. I would pay him 12. The question is, do I want to pull that trigger?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the things, man, I've been looking at a Concourse Kawasaki.
Oh yeah.
ZX14, and I knew you had one for a little while, didn't you?
Yeah. Man.
What'd you think about it?
Oh, it's a beast, man. It's an all-out beast. I mean, for what I want to do with it, it was a little bit too much for me. And I used to love speed and all that, but me being my size, it still was a little bit kind of not comfortable.
Yeah, a little bit too sporty.
Yeah,
a little bit over, a little bit.
Yeah. Well, not really been over. Just had my legs choked up, kind of choked up on me. And I didn't.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, and I was thinking the same thing you were thinking, and I was thinking, man, and I've always liked them, and I rode a FJR 1300, and I didn't really like it that much. It wasn't physically big enough for me. I like a big physical motorcycle.
Yeah.
And so I knew that one was. So I sat on one, didn't ride it. I thought, man, I might lower this thing about an inch so I can get flat-footed on it good. And you know, I could pick one of those up at '09 for like $5 with 30,000 miles on it. Black, just I could go over Bush Tech, get them to put a Bush Tech trailer hitch on, and I could pull my Bush Tech with it.
I tell you what, a man of your size, that'll be right up your alley. It's still sporty, and it's got that touring package and then panniers on it.
I know.
Yeah, you know. I
don't know though, but I'm a GoldWing guy, man.
Are you? Now, how many
I'm
GoldWings you had?
I've had 1, 2, 3.
Now,
1100, a 1500, and an 1800.
Now, how many miles did that one have on it when you bought it? The one you got now?
I had 48 on it.
Woo! Okay.
So I put 152. I put about 150 on it.
Okay.
And then, and then listen, I love this bike. If this thing wasn't vibrating and I didn't worry about this motor, I wouldn't even be thinking about it, honestly.
Because it still looks good.
I know, I just keep riding it, but I don't want, you know, and I guess if the motor broke, I'm just tired of this feeling this vibration, and you can't get it out because it's in the motor. There's no question.
Right.
So, and I just keep riding it, pulling my Bush Tech. We got to go camping, brother. I went by Iron Horse. I went over to Stokoa and went to Iron Horse today.
Okay.
And checked out that place again. We didn't talk to the people about it. Well, I was the only motorcycle over there. Everybody was gone. They said right through the end of July everything was fine, and it just cut off like a water fountain.
No kidding. So it's on the weekend. We probably have our pick of a spot, huh?
She said it's you know, there's some people that come in the weekend, but we shouldn't have a. She said I don't think we'll have a problem finding. And that's the thing about it that's so cool is it's got that big old huge clubhouse. I don't know if you've been in it or not. Have you?
No, I haven't.
Listen, it's. I'll send you some pictures. It's freaking phenomenal. It's a clubhouse the size of the visitor center over here I'm sitting at.
And it's a motorcycle campground?
Yes, and it's got, and the deck on the back is like 50 by 40 with a big wood thing in the middle of it. Everybody kind of hangs out there at night, and it's got a little store in it and everything. Air conditioned on the inside. In one section, they got an air conditioned dining room and a non-air conditioned dining room. They got cabins. You can even camp it. You can even sleep in a dadgum covered wagon, dude.
Oh, I seen that on TV.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And so, but anyway, I've been over there 2 or 3 times, and I told the girl today. She said, "Well, when are you going to camp with us?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "I can't find anybody to camp, and then if I do find somebody to camp, we got to work it out. It's such a workout deal. You know, we got to figure out when we're going to do it. Can we be off at the same time? And am I going to be able to go? And you know, da-da-da-da-da. My wife's going to worry about me because of my heart, and, you know, na-na-na. So I thought I'm driving by there today, though, just to see. I figured I'd pull in there and there'd be motorcycles everywhere, and I was the only one.
Man,
yeah, it was weird.
We might have to make that happen because I'm off on Saturdays. I might not can do Saturday and Sunday or Friday and Saturday. Well, hell, I'll come down there Saturday. At least I get me a good night of camping out. You know, get up early.
Yeah.
And camp out. You know, you might be already set up in there, but we'll go ahead and make that happen.
She had 9 spots that are electric for tents. And then she's got a bunch of other spots that are primitive. And then, of course, she's got hookups for RVs, too. And then she's got cabins and those covered wagons. And they even got one lodge there that sleeps like 21 people, dude.
Oh, you got...
This thing is nice. This place is really, really nice.
Now, what's the name of it again?
It's called Iron Horse Campground.
You got a brochure and the phone number and all that?
I don't have the brochure, but I have a brochure at home. I've got hundreds of brochures I picked up throughout the years. I do have one, but yeah, it would make every other motorcycle campground look primitive. No joke. I mean, it's that different.
We need to pick one good Saturday and make it happen. And just send out a mass text. Whoever want to come, come. If you don't worry about it. But they
You know,
got.
we need to do that, dude. We need to do that before the end of the year.
Yep. Because it's starting to cool off at night. So as far as
Yeah.
having a power, I don't need no power as long as it's cool at night.
Yeah. Right. Right. I think it needs to happen.
Yeah.
I want it to happen. Now, and I just thought, you would be you'd be near the Dragon, you'd be near Nantahala. It's off of 28. So if you take 28 by Fontana, before you get to 74, it's going to be on your left. It's off the road. Well, you probably don't remember this, but there was a little diner over there on the left called Stacoa Diner. It was a little blue building. It burned down 2 years ago.
I don't.
Stacoa Diner. All right, that's where you turn, and it's neat enough to where you could hang out over there on the deck and chill, or you could just hang out at the campsite. I don't know. It's just a neat place. It's motorcycle friendly. It's motorcycle only. And they had those big BMW conventions there, the big Yamaha conventions there.
Yeah.
Everybody comes, yeah. But, just to go over, and in any place like that, or even Indian Boundary, if you're familiar with Indian Boundary off the Cherahela Skyway.
Yeah, I know about it.
Well, either one of those, weekends are hard to get. Weekdays are easy to get. Of course, everybody's working.
Right.
But I have limited time between now and my November election. But I knew I was going to be hanging out today, so I thought, man, I'm gonna get a little ride in. It's been wonderful.
Man, we gotta make that happen, man. One of these Saturdays, I'm one of them fair weather camper. I really don't want to camp out if it's a bad weekend, but.
No, I get it. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do, and I'll tell you another place too. Is there's another little place near Deals Gap. It's right on the river. There's 7 spots there. They're very nice. If we're going to go primitive, that's called Horse Cove Campground.
Okay.
And it's one of those where you pay like $20 a night and slide it in that little thing.
Yeah.
And you'd be camping right on the river.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So those are the 3 spots. That one and Iron Horse and Indian Boundary. One of those 3. But let me get, when I get home, I'm gonna check my weekends out and see what weekend we can choose, and then I'll go ahead and plan it with my wife and say I'm gonna camp out on my motorcycle this weekend once we can come together on a time. Okay.
That'll work. I am off the weekend of what is it, Labor Day coming up?
See, Labor Day's coming up, but I swear to you, I can't remember. Let's see.
I think it's September the 5th.
Let's see, Labor Day. Now Labor. Let's see.
I got some guys coming in, but doggone it, I'm not gonna pass. And that would be a weekend. I'll be off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so I can, well, it's gonna be a busy weekend though. It's
Yeah. I mean, that's the kind of the go out of summer weekend thing,
right.
So let's see here. I've got my calendar pulled up here.
Now, is it one of them daggum campsites where you can it's like one site you can put 3 or 4 tents on one site, or is it one tent per site?
Well, at Iron Horse you could do that. You probably couldn't. You'd have to get a separate site at Horse Cove on the river.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd have to have a separate place there. Let's see.
When we was in the Grand Canyon in Campbell, we had 2 sites where we could put like 3 to 4.
Well, at Iron Horse you could.
Okay.
You could put 3 or 4 tents. She'd probably charge you $20 a person, though. I swear, I think. But if you put them that way, you're not going to be under an area. You're going to be kind of out in the sun.
Okay.
I kind of want to be under some trees and kind of be, and see, and Horse Cove is completely under, and so is Indian Boundary. I mean, you go to Indian Boundary, you're going to have plenty of room on one site to put 3 or 4 tents. Now, I don't know what their rules are.
Right.
But you'd have plenty of room for 3 or 4 tents. It's that pea gravel, and the spaces are huge.
Oh yeah.
That would be probably the best place if you're going to have more than a few people. Even probably better than Iron Horse, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and it's all under doggone a bunch of trees. Indian Boundary is.
Oh yeah, it's like you're in another planet, man. It's like that's what that place is. Yeah, it's a neat place. So it'd stay cool even if it's hot during the day is what I'm getting at, I guess.
Right.
That's what I was thinking. I'm trying to find my dadgum. Hold on just a second.
Did you find a place to eat some lunch out through there? I know you did.
Oh, I ate at the Dragon.
Okay.
I ate a burger and fries. It's a calendar right there. Okay. So say we're August the 16th today. So, like, that weekend of the 5th. Let's see, that's the next weekend though. Oh yeah, so you got the weekend before that too, that I could possibly do it, and the weekend before that weekend that I possibly could do it, like the last weekend of August. So I just camped this weekend at Panther Creek in our camper.
In the camper, right.
Yeah, Sharon and I did, and I got up and rode and ate breakfast and then came back.
Right.
But, I mean, like next weekend, which is the 27th, the 26th, 27th, I could camp that weekend. The 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, I could camp that weekend. But when you get to the 4th and 5th, Labor Day, I'm leaving the Saturday before Labor Day, and I'll be gone that whole week camping down in Chattanooga in a camper.
Okay.
So I'll be gone that weekend. I won't be able to do it that weekend.
Well, I'll tell you what, one of them Saturdays, I go down there Saturday morning, set up shop, and do a quick little ride, set up, get something good to eat, and sit by the campfire.
Yep.
I just have to pack up Sunday morning and get on back home and get ready for work. Ain't no problem.
I just pack up Sunday morning with you and come on back, so it wouldn't be any difference.
Yeah, that wouldn't be no problem. Just to get it done, man. I mean,
right.
Sometimes you just gotta get it done. Yeah.
Yeah, we can talk about it all day, but the only way to do it is to get it done. So.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll plan on. Let me get back and get my stuff together and get this bike torn apart. We'll see.
Yeah, let me know what's
going to happen.
Yeah, I'll be getting with you, see how that goes.
I'll make you pictures.
10-4.
All right, man. See you. Bye.
That was Charles Gibson, you guys. We're gonna try to get this camping thing going on. He's a one hell of a mechanic, good guy. I'm kind of glad I met him up on the Dragon that one time when Big Time Bike was messed up, and I just happened to stop and say, "What's going on, fellas?" And he said his alternator's out on this 1500 GoldWing. I said, "Well, shoot, I got an extra battery in here if you want to use it to get as far as we can." He said, "You got an extra battery for a GoldWing?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You got an extra battery for a GoldWing?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "You mean to tell me you carry an extra battery for a GoldWing?" But I had it in my battery box with my camping gear. I said, "Yeah." He said, "Is it charged?" I said, "Yeah, because the battery ain't charged." So we stuck that in Big Time's bike, and it got us about 35 miles to where we could use the phone. Because if you know anything about that Tail the Dragon, you ain't gonna have no phone capabilities. But it got us down there where we could call AAA. But that was Charles Gibson. We're going to get us a daggone camping day in, and I'm a daggone videotape and bring it to you and get y'all some of them good stories he like to tell. All right, you guys, man. Let's get on down to work. Evidently, hopefully I can make it for the rain. I'm almost there.